life is experiences, not necessarily work. I want to focus on living and experiencing, enjoying life. The doing artwork is a byproduct of that.
For the last 5 minutes, Chris, I wanted to kind of double click on something you said earlier. So you mentioned Rick Rubin, the creative
Yeah.
act, and you mentioned a couple of artists that have inspired you. I guess for folks that want to kind of step into Chris's world and learn about the content that's been most valuable for you, are there any books or blogs or like creatives that you would recommend people checking out?
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, Rick Rubin, Creative Act. I always pair that book with Steven Pressfield's, is it The War of Art? Art of War? No, War of Art, I think. Yeah, I have both of them on my coffee table over there. So I take them together because Steven Pressfield's book, pretty sure it's War of Art, is kind of like the polar opposite of Rick Rubin's book, where Rick Rubin's a little bit more like Southern California surfer, go with the flow, we'll figure it out, don't worry, be creative. Steven Pressfield's book's a little bit more like, yeah, but you got to do the work, you got to put the time in, you got to show up every day. And where his book does talk a little bit more about the experiences. I think it's good to have both of those things as because it's also another book, Stephen Pressfield's book, that you can open up to any page and kind of get really focused and really centered because it's written almost in the same type of like poem type way that Rick Rubin's book is. It's just much more direct and a little bit more, a little bit more assertive because that's the goal of the book is to kind of get you focused about doing the work. It is good to be go with the flow, but it is very easy to get trapped in the I'm not in the right mood or mindset to do this, so I don't want to do this, and that's not a good gear to live in because you can get stuck there too. So you need to also be really disciplined about how you spend your time no matter how you feel. So both of those things to me are really, really important. Having the go with the flow attitude, courtesy of Rick Rubin, and then the structured, yeah, but we have to do the work from Stephen Pressfield. So those two are like easy go-tos for me all the time.
Okay, last question from me, Chris.
Sure.
So this is going to be a bit of a mental exercise. How old are you now?
38.
Okay, that wasn't the exercise. I just realized that. You passed.
That was quite nice.
So imagine we fast forward 35 years. You're just over 70 and you and I are just sitting next to each other. We're on the front porch in Southern California. The weather's looking beautiful. And it's late in the evening and we look up and I turn to you and I say, Chris, what was it all for?
Hopefully I'm still able to speak when I'm that old. I really hope it was for the memories and the people that we got to know, which I know is really, really, really cliche. But because I think if our work or if our life is just the result of like the work that we've done, that's really insignificant. The people that we've met and maybe the lives that we've changed along the way, and the stories that we get to tell. Like life is experiences, not necessarily work. I hope to look back and go, man, I wish I don't want to look back and hope that I'd worked less. I want to focus on living and experiencing, enjoying life. The doing artwork is a byproduct of that, but I wanted to have fun. I want all of this to have had fun and felt like a bigger purpose, like it wasn't work.
Chris, this has been so much fun. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.